Putu Ruby Apriliartana with student ID 2415101010, and now I will explain about my paper with title A Comparative Analysis of Backtracking with Branch and Bound Algorithms in Solving the Where's My Cat Spatial Constraint Certification Problems, or CSP. Okay, so first I will explain about the n-queens problem because this problem is the full foundation of my paper. So yeah, I will explain a little bit about this problem. So this n-queens problem is using queens in chess. So as we know that queen in chess is move for the row and column and diagonal, so vertical, horizontal, and diagonal. And then in this problem, we have to put the maximum queen in area for n times n. So maybe if the like here the area is 4 times 4, so the queens maximum queen that we can put in this area is 4 queen. Okay, so usually in n-queens problem we can use the backtracking algorithm. So this is the visual if we use backtracking algorithm. So if this is the blank area chess, and then this is if we put the first queen here, so we can look the combination from the second queen until the queen is available for maximum queen in one area. So this is the solution of this n-queens problem using the backtracking. Okay, so usually the backtracking, I mean the okay. So actually the n-queens problem is CSP, one of the CSP representative problem. Okay, so actually n-queens problem is representative classic of the CSP or the constraint satisfaction problems. So this is the mathematical and artificial intelligence problem where you find a solution by assigning values to a set of variables within specific rules. A solution is achieved when every variable meets all defined limitation or condition. So in CSP are defined by three fundamental elements. First is variable x. So this is the unknown coordinate pairs of hidden target object, and then domain or D, allowable integer positions within grid boundaries, and then the last is constraints or C. So this is the Manhattan distance constraints or orthogonal stepping limits for anchor, and then special mutual exclusion rule, or place object cannot share the same row, column, or adjacent neighbor parameter. Okay, so if we can explain for the CSP in this n-queen problem, so the variable will be the queen. So as you can see here, because the queen because the area is n equals 4, so the maximum queen that we can input in this area is 4 queen. And then the domain will be the position that available for the queen to put in this area. So if the first queen in this position, so the position that can input for another queen is the domain, and then the constraints is the rule of the problem. So in this problem, the rule is the queen cannot to conflict. I found a game named Where's My Cat. So this game is just like an queen's problem. So in this game, for the grid layout, play on an n times n square matrix grid, and then the objective of this game is find the exact coordinates pairs of hidden target cats, and then for the clue system, use numerical anchor based on Manhattan distance and row and columns locking. Placing a cat completely isolates its entire row and column, and then the egg neighbor exclusion secures and locks all edge immediate neighboring cells around the cat. And then mutual exclusion, no two cats can share the same row column or lock egg neighbor zones. So okay, so as you can see here, for the cat with purple color, so this cat has his own row and then has his own column, and then on him there for the egg box around him, because in this game, just like the and queens problem, so the cat is not conflict each other. Okay, so this is when I get all of the cat here, and then I'm already marked all of the cat. So for the light blue cat has his own row and then has his own column, and then for the light blue cat, there's only one cat in one color, by the way. So for the light blue cat, there's only one box that include a cat, so we have to find the first box, and then we can get for another cat later. Okay, so let's go to the theory. So like and queens problems, because and queens problem is the representative or the classic representative of CSP. So the worst market also is CSP. So in where's my cat, we can use backtracking algorithm. So the mechanism of backtracking algorithm is explore the solution space using a depth first search or DFS strategy, and then pruning, move forward step by step. If a state violates any constraints, Manhattan distance or egg neighbor rule, it instantly trigger a rollback backtrack to the previous state to try an alternative path. Characteristic of this algorithm is highly memory efficient, as it only tracks the active paths via the native call stack, but highly vulnerable to combinatorial explosion, timeouts on larger scales. And then for the branch and bound algorithm, the mechanism is explore the solution space using best first search or best FS strategy, and then pruning. For the pruning, utilize look ahead bounding function to estimate error deficient cost subtrees that exceed the optimal cost threshold are aggressively discard prune before expansion. And for the characteristic, employs an explicit priority queue to dynamic prioritize the most promising paths, incurs a higher heap memory footprint, but scales exceptionally well on complex, large scale grids. And then this is the complexity of the backtracking and branch and bound. So for the worst case time, the backtracking is O n factorial, so is high risk of combinatorial explosion. And for the branch and bound, the worst case time is better in practice due to mathematical pruning. And then for the worst case space, for the backtracking is ON, highly efficient memory footprint. And then for the branch and bound is approach exponential heap memory heavy. And then for the transversal style, for the backtracking, systematic blind depth exploration. And for the branch and bound, heuristic driven cost minimization. Already make code for the backtracking algorithm and the branch and bound algorithm, but let's try for the backtracking algorithm first. So in this code, we'll be try to find solution of CSP, and yeah, there is two options here for the 5 times 5 and then the 50 times 50. Let's just try to find the 5 times 5. Okay, so this is the uh, the animate of the time 5 time. Yes, you can see here the nodes evaluate is 16, and then let's run again for the 50 times 50 for the backtracking algorithm. And this is the answer of the backtracking algorithm for the 50 times 50. So the nodes evaluate is 220x. So there's so many gap from before because the grid is 50 times 50. And let's just run for the branch and bound algorithm. Let's try for the 5 times 5 first. Okay, as you can see here, the nodes evaluate is just 6. So it's more or less than the backtracking before. And then let's just try the 50 times 50 for the branch and bound algorithm. So here the answer or the solution of the 50 times 50 for the branch and bound algorithm. So the node evaluate just 51. So this so many sort than the backtracking algorithm, because for the backtracking algorithm is just 220x if I remember, and the nodes evaluates for the branch and bound algorithm just 51. And now let's go to the conclusion. The conclusion is the empirical evaluation demonstrate a clear trade-off between the two algorithmic approaches within the Python runtime ecosystem. While backtracking offers architecture simplicity and a lightweight memory footprint via the native call stack, it fundamentally lacks scalability, resulting in absolute computational collapse and timeout on large-scale grids like the 50 times 50 matrix due to combinatorial explosion. Conversely, the branch and bound algorithm proved to be strictly superior for expensive spatial constraint satisfaction problems. Its look-ahead bounding function successfully minimized node expansions to prevent search space explosion. Furthermore, the runtime anomaly observed on the micro scale 5 times 5 grid is not a flaw in algorithmic logic, but rather an environmental artifact caused by the processing overhead of active user interface animation rendering. So I think that's all from me, and thanks for your attention.